Hello, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday with me, Michelle Nyongo from Stride Wellness. And it's the first day of August. I can't believe how quickly the summer is already passing. So, as some of you might know, I took a small break from my business over the last few weeks of July. My grandfather, whom was 90 years old, unexpectedly fell ill while I was on vacation in Osoyoos, where he lived. I took that time to spend with my grandpa. For a week, me and my cousin Christina took the night vigil beside my grandfather's bed, which was about 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And we did that every night. And on various nights, we were joined by my siblings and my husband. It was during that time that we recounted the fond memories we had of him. I read somewhere that the last sense to go is that of hearing. So I was happy to share stories and memories in my grandpa's presence, regardless of whether he seemed to hear them or not. On July 24th at 1:24 a.m., my cousin and I held my grandpa's hands as he passed from this world. Following his death, I extended my stay in Osoyoos to assist with arrangements and spent time with immediate and extended family. I reflected on my childhood and teenage years to find material for the eulogy that I was asked to write by my grandmother. A funeral followed, and we celebrated and mourned the patriarch of our family. We shared stories, memories, and most importantly, our time with one another. Much of what I experienced as a youth was given context, depth of meaning, and a new layer of understanding. Following the funeral service, we had a luncheon at my uncle's home. During this time, I spent hours with loved ones, reminiscing, crying, and laughing. The next day, a group of us got together and we went out onto Osoyoos Lake. We boated, swam, ate, and even engaged in a little diving competition. When I was floating in the middle of the lake, hearing the raucous laughter of my family, with the beauty of the small town in the distance, I experienced a youthful moment of deja vu. After that time on the lake, I recall distinctly the sense of happiness and an underlying level of relaxation. Despite the stress that accompanied the illness, death, and funeral of my grandfather, I felt oddly at peace. I remain in Osoyoos today, thinking about why I feel this rested and rejuvenated. I come to Osoyoos every summer and take a few weeks vacation. My mother lovingly dotes on me and I get a lot of sleep, good food, and sun. Yet I never feel like this. Like many others, I often feel like I need a vacation from my vacation. Not this time. This time I feel recharged. The only thing that I can think of is the sense of connectedness facilitated by the sad circumstances surrounding my grandfather's passing. I spent quality time with my cousins I rarely see, hours chatting with my parents, aunts, uncles, and other extended family. I was surrounded by my siblings, their spouses, and my nieces. I had uninterrupted time with my husband and children, and they got to know me more fully as they heard stories of my upbringing and the history of my family. We were all together sharing, crying, and laughing. We were connected, bonding, making new memories. We went for walks, shared meals, and spent time with each other in the evenings. Very few pictures were taken, less videos. In fact, technology was an afterthought. We disconnected from the outside world and reconnected with our inner circle. Spending 3 days in that state did more for me than maybe anything else that I can remember. Following the sadness, I felt really happy. So I'm going to challenge you to give yourself the gift of connectedness. Disconnect from the busyness of life and technology and reconnect with something you've been missing. Whether this is with extended family, a spouse or partner, your children or pets. Share time with someone you love. Get outside and experience nature, water, or your favorite spot. Give yourself the opportunity to unwind. Reminisce about some of your happiest days. I think what you'll find is it takes some time for your body and mind to switch over to a relaxed state, but don't worry about that. Find the joy in who you are with and what you're doing. Soak it all in. For me, I'm grateful my grandpa even though he isn't here to witness it, gave me another great day. In my part of the eulogy, I said, I have a lifetime of memories of my grandpa. Today I can say I have a few more. Thanks, Grandpa. Thanks for joining me today. If you would like to comment, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. Check out stridewellness.org for a few more blog posts coming down the pipe. As always, I'm on Twitter at Wellness Stride. I will see you next week for another segment of Wellness Wednesday. Take care and be well.